Now it's time to find out who gets this beautiful chair from Bill Potvin Furniture Liquidators at 675 Fuller Road in Chicopee, Massachusetts, where you'll find this beautiful furniture, Clayton Marcus, of which Bill Potvin is so very proud. And so, if you'll give me one of the slips, we'll find out who the winner is tonight before we begin our polka show. And it is Anna Pielka of 77 Casino Avenue in Chicopee, Massachusetts. Our congratulations. And if you would like to register for the chair, just see Bill Potvin Furniture Liquidators at 675 Fuller Road in Chicopee, Massachusetts, open every night till 9, Saturdays till 5. In my Cupid costume. He's Dick, I'm sorry, but you're absolutely wrong. You get the whole story mixed up. Stanley Kozera was supposed to appear in his Cupid costume on tonight's Valentine's Day program, but we couldn't find a sheet big enough. Actually, what we were going to do was to dress him up in that Cupid costume, you know, and have him swing across the bandstand, but the rope broke. I'm not saying that Stanley is big, but we tested the rope with Jack O'Neill, so... We have a great program tonight, a Valentine's Day program, which we're sure you'll enjoy because all of the selections tonight have been those selections which have been most requested of Stanley Kozera and the Knights of Melody. So greet, if you will, from Hadley, Massachusetts, Stanley Kozera and his Knights of Melody. Oh, Betty. Music by Stanley Kozera and the Knights of Melody. What have we got here? Oh, well, everybody comes to polka eventually. This is a lion. As you can see, he's running for political office this year. And actually, it's to tell everybody and remind everybody that the crowd here tonight are the Deerfield Lions, right? And they are going to have a dance later on. Can somebody come up and tell us about it? Who's the spokesman for the Deerfield Lions Club? Chick, come on, Chick. Chick. What is the lion trying to tell us, Chick? What is the lion trying to tell us about the Valentine's Day dance?
Ask him. Come on over here and tell us.
Can he talk?
Can he talk? No. He says he can't talk.
Oh.
Okay, we're having a Valentine's Day dance.
Looks like a nightmare I had the other night. Yes, Chick?
We're having a Valentine's Day at the Hatfield Barn. And it's the orchestra is going to be Jimmy Sturr from Upper New York State. And this is going to be for benefit of... No, I'm not... This is going to be for the benefit of Massachusetts Eye Research. This is going to be for the benefit of Massachusetts Eye Research. So, and also...
Very because
right.
In which the Lions are, of course...
And also the Western Mass Orthoptic Clinic.
Well, that's going to be quite
And
an
that's
event.
the Western Mass Orthoptic Clinic is located in Springfield, West Springfield.
Mm-hmm. Why, thank you very much. The Deerfield Lion is...
We've got something for you, Frank.
Oh, is there really?
An appreciation for some of the things that you've done.
What is that?
This is...
We heard the discussion about the need of a Cupid's costume. And because we found one, especially related to lions, for you.
Can I open it?
Yes, by all means.
Lion-hearted Valentine.
It says, to my lion-hearted Valentine. My heart beats for you. Oh, boy. My Cupid costume. See, Dick Hobel was right. Thank you very much. Stanley Kozera, the Night Development. is our Valentine's Day show. And, of course, Northampton Institution for Savings has some Valentine messages for you from some very pretty Valentines. A pretty Valentine's Day message from a pretty Valentine from the NIS. And here's someone who's not so pretty, Frankie Curlow, to sing I Have Nothing Waltz with Stanley Kozera, the Knights of Melody. I have nothing waltzed. You know, Frankie, I want you to know that we have received many comments from people who have watched the Christmas show with Stanley Kozera, the Knights of Melody, and they have many things to say about your singing, but I want you to know, regardless of that, we invited you back tonight.
Boy. I hope... Real wise guy. I hope you don't use any of these jokes when you go to Poland in May.
No, actually, Frankie, I get my jokes from Poland. Let me tell you a true story. I'll explain them to you after the program. No, actually, let me tell you a true story that actually happened when we were in Poland a year and a half ago. This is a Polish joke, which came from the most unlikeliest source. When we got to Krakow, there was this matronly woman. She was a marvel. Everybody instantly took a liking to her because she was the typical Bocce, the grandmother type. She had a twinkle in her eye, a constant smile on her face. We had 2 children in our party, and she was holding hands with them, and hugging them and skipping down the streets of Krakow with them, and she was showing us the various sights to be seen in the city of Krakow, and she would buy out of her own pocket ice cream for these 2 children, these American tourists. She was that lovable. So she took us through Babel Castle, which is located on the banks of the Vistula River, and then she took us out of the courtyard and down the steep bank to the river itself. And there was a steel and iron dragon, which was breathing fire. And she told us the legend that a boy named Krak came to the city and slew the dragon, which was terrifying the village. And because he freed the villagers from this terror, they named the village after him Krakow, and that is the legend. And then they have, this is for tourists, and then the dragon breathes fire. And she said, do you know why the dragon breathes fire? And all the American tourists said, no, we don't know why. And she said, because there's no female dragon around. Actually happened. Here's the spinning wheel polka. Stanley Kozera, the Knights of Melody. And the stuttering accordion polka. Very well done, Henry. Excellent. You want to do that for a living. I mean, teach accordion playing. He does. Here's the high old silver polka. Stanley Kozera, the Nice Fidelity.
We hope you have enjoyed tonight's polka salute to Valentine's Day, sponsored by NIS. We enjoy bringing you the show and hope that you enjoy banking at NIS. Think spring, stay healthy, and have a very happy Valentine's Day. Dobranoc from NIS.
He got my closing line. What can I say except to join us next week for Paul Midas, an exciting young band from Gilbertville, Massachusetts. For Stanley Kozera, the Nice Melody, for NIS. Thank you very much for joining us. Happy Valentine's Day. And do widzenia from Polka.